Hi, I'm Walter from Tilta, and this is the quick start guide to the gravity gimbal system. So the first thing we'll do is set up our stand. You'll find the stand at the bottom of the gimbal case. To open up the arms, you pull out here and extend out the arm. Same thing with this one, same thing with the bottom. Now when you have it set up, you can put it on this flat surface. Now if you prefer to work with a C-stand, you can always unscrew the back, take off the top portion, and you can place it on the C-stand like so. Next thing we'll do is set up our handlebars. So they come in the Tilta box like this. So the next thing we'll do is set up our gimbal. Now what you want to look out for, the locking tab here is facing out in the same direction as your handles. And then we have the locking mechanism here to secure it in place. So what you do is have your locking mechanism in the open position, pull the tab down, and then slide it into place. Just like that. And you lock the back. So the next thing we'll do is mount our battery to the gimbal. So the way you mount the battery is you slide up and you just push it in. Now to release the battery, you just pull down and pull the same way. So the next thing we want to do is set up our accessories. We have provided with the gravity gimbal 4 of these crossbar mounting clamps with 1/4" adapter. And all you have to do is open the tab here, place them where you want, make sure the tab fits the slot, and you just lock them in. So the mounting clamps are great if you want to add any accessories like the wireless transmitter or an onboard monitor. And we'll place them onto the gimbal like so. The next thing I want to show you how to install is the power distribution module. Using the same crossbar adapters that we use for our accessories, I'm going to screw it in. Now this will provide power for our accessories here. And now I'm plugging this into the 4-pin power in here. So now we're ready to balance our camera. First thing I'm going to do is take off the top bar. To do that, I release the latches on either side and just carefully pull it out. So the next thing I'm going to show you is how to place the mounting bracket onto the camera. So what I have here is the mounting bracket placed a little forward because I have a cine lens on the front, as well as a matte box, and a wireless follow focus motor. And so now I'm going to find the center of balance on the camera. Place one finger on either side and try to find where it feels balanced. So I'd say somewhere around here is our center balance of the camera. So that way I place my plate with enough distance from forward and backward to slide the camera forward and backward onto the mounting bracket if I want. So now we're ready to put the camera on, and then you mount it in. You'll hear a pin to secure it in. And now what you do is just move it backwards, forwards to find your center, and then just lock your sled in like this. So there are 4 things to keep in mind when balancing your gimbal: the tilt, roll, height, and pan. I'll show you how to do the tilt first. Now what you want to keep in mind that your camera does not have any motion forward or backwards. Now here, I notice that there's a lot of motion forward and backward. So I'm going to use this lead screw here to give me a little bit of fine tuning on the actual position front and back of the camera. Now to go clockwise brings it forward, counterclockwise brings it back. So we're a little back heavy. Let's move that forward. Let's move it forward a little more. Okay, that's pretty good. One thing you have to look out is your height. So we can adjust it 2 different ways. We can release these clamps here on the side and manually bring it up or down, or we can also use these lead screws here to do small adjustments to bring it up or down. Now I want to bring the camera up, so I'm going to turn these screws until I have a nice position. Next thing you want to make sure of is the roll axis. So you would adjust the roll axis with this lead screw here. Forward motion gives us roll to the right. Backward motion gives us roll to the left. And now to check the balance on the roll, you just position it at a 45-degree angle and see if it stays. That's pretty good. So the next thing we want to do is adjust our pan. But before we do that, I want to put on the top bar back on the camera. And the benefit of using the top bar is it reduces any vibration from the motors. So the next thing you want to do is adjust your pan. To check the pan axis, you want to tilt the handlebars forward. Now this means it's a little back heavy because it's moving forward. So to adjust this, you release these 2 clamps on top, and you adjust the lead screw here. Somewhere around there. Okay. Then you just lock that down. So keep in mind, when you're setting up your gravity gimbal, be sure to put all your accessories and everything you want on your camera first, before balancing your camera on the gimbal itself. Now, the max weight of the gimbal system itself is 3 pounds. The maximum payload of the gimbal system is 33 pounds. Now, we have extending arms on our gimbal to accommodate longer cameras, bigger cameras such as a mirror, or longer lenses. Now, the gimbal's extending arms also provide clearance for anything behind the camera, like so. So the next installation I'm going to show you is the barrel power to P-tap for the power distribution box. The way you install this is to plug in your barrel power here into the back of the power distribution box here. And then your P-tap is going to go into your battery here. So what this does is takes power from the battery itself into the power distribution box. And from the power distribution box, you can power your accessories as well as powering the gimbal itself. So now I'm going to power all my accessories. So this goes into my power distribution box here. Next thing I want to do is put all of my cables for video. What we have here on the gimbal itself is a BNC out that is wired to the gimbal itself that we'll put to our video out from our camera. And then from there, the video signal gets fed through the gimbal and out of this SDI out here. And with the right angle small BNCs that we have provided, I attach it into my video in. And then from my video out on my monitor, I will go to my wireless transmitter here. So now I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup for my cables. And the only one you really need to give slack is the BNC here. So this provides range of motion for your pan and your tilt. So now that we've installed all our cables, they may have thrown the balance off a tiny bit. So I'm just going to do slight little checks to make sure everything's perfectly in balance. So now that we're done balancing and wiring everything up, let's power on the gimbal. So here on the side of the gimbal, we have our on-off switch. Bottom position is off, up position is on. Let's just orient it in a straight position and turn it on and give it a moment to power up. Now that our gimbal is powered up, we're going to go into the Tilta Assist app and go into the Gravity Gimbal page. And if your Bluetooth is connected, you will automatically see that it will sync with your Gravity Gimbal. Keep in mind that if you have multiple Gravity Gimbals on set, your phone will connect to the closest Gravity Gimbal available. Now, go into the preset configuration and you will give the weight range of your camera. So this being about 10 to 20 pounds, I'm going to select here. Now you're ready to use your Gravity Gimbal. So in our next video, I'm going to walk you through using the app to set custom functions on your Gravity Gimbal. This is Walter from Tilta, and thanks for watching.